There we go, guys, and good morning if you are joining us once again for the weekly recap of the Clan Wars Battlefield for the week. And it's been indeed another exciting week. I don't know if I can ever start the show in the morning with anything other than it's exciting. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. I just need to rectify something here. Because it seems that my audio is a problem this morning. Just give me 1 moment. Sorry, Scotty, don't you just want to do an intro for us there, please?
Da, 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 da. Like that.
Yes, but please do an intro because my mic I need to sort out my mic quickly. Something's wrong here on my side.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Obviously, we've got a bit of technical difficulty on Yaku's side. But from my side, welcome to the stream. Welcome to our recap show. With us this morning, we have Riplets. Good morning, Riplets. How are you, buddy?
Rips?
I'm back. Sorry.
What's happening?
I'm trying to the stream as well. I'm awake.
It's too early, boys.
Yeah.
How's it, guys? And looking forward to the recap.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Are you fixed now? Are you sorted on that side, Yaku?
I am indeed sorted, Scully. Thank you very, very much. There was a small...
Alright, so let's try again.
Right, let's try it again, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Welcome to the weekly recap show. And as always, I've got some people with me. Now, earlier in the week, I called Scully a trucker voice again, and he said to me, "Hey, listen, dude, I'm supposed to upgrade now from a trucker." So last night, I upgraded Scully to a cowboy, and then inevitably called myself a horse. So that doesn't work for me either. So I will just be calling Scully Rebel this morning. Scully, what's up, and how are you doing, buddy?
I'm fine, buddy. I'm fine. Thanks for being here again.
Cool, man. And then
it's good to see that I've been upgraded a bit now.
Well,
from a truck. A horse.
No, to a cowboy. To a cowboy.
Oh, to a cowboy. Oh, you're the horse.
Yes.
You were the horse.
You two remind me of the Lone Ranger.
Oh, that is what we were going for.
I hope Silver.
Sweet. Then we've got Slash with us as well. Slash, what's up?
How's it, man? Lekker. Good to be here.
Good, man. Good. Some technical issue with my mic this morning, but that's what happens on a Saturday morning when you wake up way too early. Then we've also got Riplets with us. Rips, what's up, bud?
Morning. How you guys doing?
Sweet, man. You sound better today than last week, so I assume...
I'm not hungover. I'm not drunk. I'm sober. I did not drink a single drop last night.
Excellent. And then we've also got Marius from Xbox here this morning. Marius, I see at the moment it looks like you are on mute. So just check that for us, and I hope you're doing well. Marius, what's up?
Yeah, man. Good morning. Glad to be here. Just feel like an EFF member at the DA convention this morning, but otherwise I'm fine.
Well, that'll happen, right? That'll happen. But we're very happy that you can join us, and we're going to talk a little bit about exactly why you're here and the plans and things like that. So thank you very much for joining us from that perspective.
No worries.
Also, we had besides the Battlefield exciting week, we also had some other exciting stuff happening this week, right?
Yeah. The Comic-Con, I think you guys went to Comic-Con there, Yaku.
Yeah, that was it was a brilliant event. I'm not going to talk too much about it this morning because we discussed it quite at length the other night on the stream. But what I wanted to do was to just show the guys that are watching with us. And again, guys, if you are joining our stream this morning, thank you very much for also getting up early. We hope you had no technical difficulties in getting up. But thank you very much for joining us. And we do have a short clip that we quickly want to show you, and if you give me a second, I'm going to just bring that up for you guys. Enjoy. There we go, guys. That was the clip, and if you looked at that clip, you would have seen that it looks super exciting. I mean, that's coming September 14th to 16th. There are a lot of things going on at the show. There's cosplay, there is comic books, there's gaming, there's an artist sort of section. So really exciting, a lot of stuff going on, and I don't know, guys, from your point of view, I mean, me and Scully had a quick discussion the other night, but I'd love to hear what the views are of some of the guys that are on the stream at the morning, this morning. What do you think about Comic-Con coming to South Africa? What do you think it means for us as gaming? I mean, and at the end, I mean, is it exciting?
Yeah, from my side, never really ever thought that Comic-Con would come to South Africa. I thought Rage was like the top thing we could get, but now they've brought Comic-Con to South Africa, which would be amazing, but unfortunately it is in Cape Town, and some of us from Joburg won't be able to attend.
Well, actually that's not the case, right? I mean, Comic-Con is going to be hosted at Kyalami here up in Joburg.
Serious?
Yes.
So I got my information.
Where have you been, buddy?
You heard me this morning. I'm not all there at all times.
So no, that's actually, it's going to be hosted right here in Joburg in Kyalami. So I mean, that's actually quite a nice venue. I was saying to Scully earlier. I think a lot of people are there's another event that I saw something of, and I think there's a couple of people. You're actually not the first person to say that to me, honestly, and I also had to tell them. But there's another event happening somewhere. I don't know exactly what it is or what's happening there, but there's a couple of people that I think are confusing that because it was announced on the same day or something like that. I'm not sure. But yes, anyway, Comic-Con being hosted at Kyalami here in Johannesburg. / your views?
Yeah, I think it's a great event. It's fantastic that SA is pulling in these kind of people to come along and bring these events. I think it will be well attended.
Yep.
Especially where it sits in Johannesburg. I think it's very central for everybody to come along, and even the guys out of Pretoria and so forth. So yeah, excited, really excited to see it.
Excellent. Marius, from an Xbox perspective, I mean, this is gaming, right? So it doesn't matter what platform you're on, or I mean, it
doesn't matter as long as that logo is in green. I'm happy, man. Look, I just want to say a quick one before I go into my when you guys started posting your Euros is coming and all that, and I see NSeeker posting and yourself posting, and I thought to myself, Battle Royale. Spider-Man is coming to Battlefield, and I'm like, yes, we're going to do this, and we're going to have Battlefield Euros back and all that, and I'm like, yeah, and then it's Comic-Con, and I'm like, this is even bigger. I think it's great. I think it's tapping into a culture in South Africa which hasn't been tapped into before, and I think it will start booming a part of the gaming and comic book and movie culture that needs a proper lift and a proper support, and I think Comic-Con coming to Africa is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Guys, obviously, if you've just joined us on the stream, thank you very much for joining. The gentleman who was just talking is Marius Mostert, who is from our Xbox community. He's joining us this morning to specifically talk a little bit about us around the Xbox guys joining us in Season 2 for Clan Wars, which is why he's on here with us. And I believe that Scully's going to ask him some questions and talk a little bit more to him about that. And maybe we can go into that before we get on to the fixtures. Scully?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Marius. Thanks for joining us this morning. I appreciate having you here.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so Marius and myself were talking, in the background a little bit, and to bring the Clan Wars concept on to the guys on Xbox as well. And I must say that it has been well received on that side. Currently, we have 13 clans that has already, registered for the event. We're not 100% sure on when we will start Season 2. There is a few dates floating at the moment. As we know that Division 1 will do their last week next week, which will be the week of the 26th of February. And then Division 2 and 3 will end in the week, their last week will be the week of the 5th of March. And then obviously Division 4 only their last week will be the 12th of March. So we're looking at either 19th to start Season 2, either the 19th, the 26th, or the 2nd of April. But we'll get back to you guys with details on that. But back to the Xbox side. Marius, yeah, exciting times for Xbox and PlayStation coming together and try and make something work.
I must fully agree with you that when we started talking about bringing Battlefield Clan Wars to Xbox, I got really excited. I mean, what you guys have been doing on the PlayStation side has been nothing more than exemplary to the community, and I think bringing that same structure to the Xbox side will aid in growing the Xbox community. I'm not saying stealing PlayStation players,
No.
but it will definitely grow the clans within the Xbox community. I mean, currently up until now, there has been no proper structure for clans to compete in. It's been organized tourneys, yes, but not on this level. And I think it will just aid the current teams on Xbox.
Excellent. Yeah, you yourself obviously represent the clan called APNX. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
APNX, APNX has been born out of two clans. I started Phoenix, and Lady Free Vixen started Atomic. We started playing a bit together, and we decided, no, let's combine the two clans. And from there, Atomic Phoenix was born, and started recruiting some players. We recruited some guys from the Call of Duty community as well, since Atomic mostly were Call of Duty at the time, and then coming over to Battlefield. So yeah, I've been running for about a year. Some good performances in the local domination scene, some great matches, some embarrassing losses at the stage as well. And recently we've got invited to join the Battlefield Premier League with the guys in the States in the UK, which is something I'm really proud of in the clan achieving and getting noticed by esports streamers, etc. So we don't know exactly where it's going to go from here. We still ironing out one or two things like servers and the rule sets, etc. But good days for the clan.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Well, yeah, looking forward to get you guys, on board. We will have your Discord channel for the Xbox guys for Clan Wars ready on Monday, and we are busy in the background, setting up the website and changing a bit of colors and so on, just to customize it, with the Xbox look for Clan Wars, and that'll be ready within the next week or so. And as soon as we start, closing off the division or Season 1 year on the PlayStation side, we'll try and get moving on to start Season 2 as soon as possible. So what we'll do is we're going to run the Xbox side and the PlayStation side all on the same timeline, and that goes for the 12v12 Conquest that we're going to do and the T5 series. So it'll all run in parallel at the same time.
Perfect. looking forward to it. Yaku and Scully, if it's right, it's quickly through the team. So if the guys see the team names on the Discord, they don't get a fright. Bravo Romeo 6, Hard Run, Echo Squad Gaming, Atomic Phoenix, Regional Gangsters, Anarchy Gaming Clan, Classified Combat Crew, which Riplets knows very well, Agile Gaming, Weekend Warriors, Primal Rage, Fundamentals, Valorna, and the 555 Clan will all be joining Battlefield Clan Wars.
That is brilliant news. So Maurice, just quickly from a numbers perspective, I mean, thank you very much for reading out the names, and there's some really cool names in there, by the way. But from those clans, I mean, are they all 12v12 clans, or is there some T5 clans in there as well?
So the Xbox scene has been domination predominantly. I mean, the guys loved the 5v5 and starting experimenting with 10v10 type domination games as well, but never really going into a Conquest 12v12. So this is something that's going to be something new for the clans and going to throw a spanner into the works as well in terms of how they play the game. Of course, they play public servers a lot and Conquest, etc. But I mean, IPNX recently, we're going up into our second 12v12 Conquest match now this weekend against MVP from the UK. And all the clans are going to start trying to get into the 12v12 Conquest scene as well. And most of the clan sizes are perfect for that. We got 2 or 3 smaller clans that will dominate. Well, I can already tell that will dominate the T5 series due to numbers. But again, this Battlefield Clan Wars is brought over to not only support the Xbox community in terms of clan battles, but also grow the clans. And I think with a platform like this, more players will be attracted to start playing for a clan and start showing what their skill set are.
Yeah, I totally agree. So actually, I want to tell you something about that. When myself and Scully first started talking about this, I really didn't, in all fairness, I was wondering how we are going to accommodate the smaller clans, right? Now in the beginning, then obviously, when as we were talking, we came up with so the Division 4 as it is at the moment will accommodate the smaller clans. But we've had people so much interest from smaller clans wanting to join. We've had people watching the domination streams, and then of course Scully came up with this wonderful concept of the T5. And to split that away from the Premier League 12v12, to also make sure that there's a spot for those clans, the smaller clans that want to play, that want to participate, so that everybody gets the necessary game time that they want. And I actually think that it might become, at the end, maybe a complete thing by itself. I mean, obviously we will be running it. As Scully said earlier, we want to try and run everything in parallel over the same time frame, because it makes the management of it and the workings of it and the hype and all of that stuff, it just helps for that. But I really do think that there's a lot of teams both on the Xbox and PlayStation side, and hopefully down the line when we start talking about PC, it'll be the same. There will be a lot of interest around the T5 series. Especially with specific game modes, coming in from DICE as well. But of course, the good old favorite, and call it the massive war if you want, the Premier League, that will remain for the clans who want to participate with bigger numbers and that sort of thing as well. So I think all in all, I think it's well rounded both in the PlayStation and Xbox space. Obviously for Xbox we will see what it looks like. I mean, every platform is bound to have their own flavor and their own things that they like, but we'll see what the guys say, right? I mean, we bringing it to the community, obviously, as you said, to not only make it a nice platform for the guys on Xbox, but to also grow the community. I mean, at the end, that's what it's all about, right?
Definitely. I mean, if you look at everything that's being achieved so far by Beldra's and the things you got achieved, I mean, I'm just playing on the PlayStation servers last night. the amount of clans that's running around that's not even mentioned already. And then you go back to Xbox and you see a lot of guys running with tags that you haven't heard about. And I think, the reliance on community pages, etc., that from my side, something I'm trying to do is going to the servers, chat to the guys and say, hey, you got a clan, you have 5, 6 members, come join us. And trying to get the guys involved that's not on community pages, that plays the game for fun, gets after a braai into the server and have a beer after a chop and play a bit of Battlefield. I mean, we want to get those guys involved as well and just start growing this community. I think Battlefield is such an amazing game and playing competitively, even if it's an amateur or professional level, it's just great and grow the community. And the community has boomed in the last year and a half, and I think we need to capitalize on that.
Absolutely. Scully, anything else that you want to pull out of Marius before we move on to the divisions for the week?
Yeah, I think we've basically covered the basics, just to put everybody's mind at ease. We're finalizing some of the finer details in the background. And just good to have you guys here, Marius. All the best. And I hope we can get a few more teams in. It'll be nice if we can maybe run 2 divisions on the Xbox side. But if not, we'll just do 1, which is fine for now. But we'll take it, step by step and see how it goes and how we grow in future. I mean, it's still early days for Battlefield Clan Wars, and obviously we are very optimistic on where we are going. Very excited about the path that we're taking at the moment. But yeah, all good to have you guys here.
Look, honored to be here. It's nice, and also very excited for what's coming. It's going to be great, and I think the more closer the guys get to Battlefield Clan Wars on the Xbox side, the more the talk and the hype and the momentum will roll, and we will start getting some teams coming through and new teams and new members, etc. And before we know it, we might have a league just as strong as on the PlayStation side.
Yeah,
all good. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Scotty. Appreciate it, man.
Good.
Cool, buddy.
Right, guys, then of course the main reason why everybody got up early, worked through their technical coffee issues to join us and the reason why we are here this morning is of course to look at the divisions and recap a little bit on what happened over the last week or so. So if you look at the screen now, obviously you will see the call it the landing page if you want, for the website www.bfclanwars.net. And again, guys, I saw some comments this week. Please remember that the domain has moved. It used to be .com, it is now .net. And that's obviously for some planning purposes and so forth. And you will see there, of course, we have the PlayStation, Xbox and PC. So again, Mario's joining us this morning to talk a little bit about the Xbox and the Xbox guys joining us, and then PC we'll hopefully talk about soon. But for this morning we are just going to go to PlayStation, of course, because that is where our tables
Purposes.
are, and we are looking at Division 1. So let's talk about Division 1 for a second. This week the one game that I did manage to see, myself and Scully spectated, that was the Red versus OSB game, and so close, so close. I think there was, in the first game there was 30 tickets in it, and I think 50 tickets in the second game. Unfortunately for OSB, Red did take that match, and OSB of course now falls into the relegation zone. There's still a game next week, but they will be playing, they would have played Wolf, which means that they got the 3 points, and even with the 3 points they will be 1 point below Red, which is on 7 points, so OSB will be on 6. So yeah, guys, it looks like OSB will be relegated to Division 2. And I don't know if there's any comments from your side on that, from a perspective of team strength and that sort of thing.
Yeah, from my side, I know a few of the OSB players, great guys to play with, great team. Unfortunately, people think that they're not a new team, but it was literally a team put together just for this league. and they were still trying to get into their stride, get into their play style. Unfortunately, it came a bit too late, and it will be sad to see them if they drop out of Division 1. Very great team, very bunch of Black Oaks. Yeah, it'll just be very sad, eh?
Now my question is this, is that I do think that for Season 2, the guys in Division 2 should start worrying, right? Because OSB is a team with a lot of depth. I actually had a conversation with the Exorcist the next day after the game, and we were discussing around, what does relegation do for the team, and is it a difficult spot to be in? And he pointed out something very important that I want to also tell you guys. He said to me, you know what? It is at times like this where a team's character shows, right? If you have a weak team, the guys will, fall back, sit back, relax, or do whatever he goes, and that is not our plan. And that was nice for me to see, because of course the one thing that OSB doesn't lack is character, right? Actually, character and characters. They've got guys like Rassi and guys like Walt Winston, and obviously the Exorcist is there as well. So not only a team with character, but also the character, right? So that's all good. So guys, I wanted to just talk about Red and OSB first, because a lot of people were asking about the relegation and will they be relegated and how does it work? Obviously that question being driven by the fact that Wolf dropped out of the division very early on, but yes, that is the case. So then looking at the top of the table, obviously at the moment AOB on 15, sharing that position with LGD, although please take into account that AOV has not played their 6th game. They are only 5 games down, whereas LGD has already played their 6th game. But still at the moment, from a points perspective, AOV and LGD sharing that first position with 15. Then we have MAD on 13, DPS on 11, MRU on 9, and then of course 7 and 3 for Red and OSB. So I think in this division, as we're moving into next week, is of course, as Scully mentioned earlier, the last week for Division 1. I think this is fairly nice spread at the moment. Some guys have definitely risen to the top. And then, of course, we've also seen some very good Division 1 teams, making their play. For example, if I look at MAD and LGD, that's literally 3 points, so 1 win separating those teams, and the same goes for MAD and DPS. And in actual fact, the same also goes for DPS and MRU. So you're talking about 1 win, sort of splitting the teams, and I think that's nice for me to see just how balanced, that a division or a table like this is. I don't know if there's any views, maybe Slash.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment also on OSB. I think they are a new team that came together again, but they're also a bunch of old guys that knows each other. So they might have to find their feet, but to Division 2, when they do move down, guys, watch out. They are a very good team, and I think it will keep Division 2, the top teams also, again, in competition.
Yeah.
It's always difficult to see inside these leagues too big of a divide, but at this stage, I think all divisions are pretty close.
Yeah. Scully?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say, looking at the points with AOV that still need to play one more match or 2 more matches, for a matter of fact, but for this week only 1. The points are spread out in such a way that I don't think that we're going to have a playoff for Division 1. So what will happen, obviously, within the divisions, if we come to the end of the season and we have 2 clans that have the same amount of points, those 2 clans will play for their respective positions. So it's not like you can call it a semi, or you can call it a final or a semi-final kind of thing, but it's just for them to play out to get a different scoring, different points, in order to put them in their respective positions. But I do want to mention something, a clan like AOV, and yes, they do they do get a lot of exposure sometimes, and then sometimes we just try to ignore them. But those guys have done a phenomenal job within this Clan War series so far. And not only that, when you look back at their track record from when we just started playing casuals, we played with SNLV. I don't think they participated in that, did they? No. But any other game that they've played so far since the start of Battlefield 1, they have not lost one match. So that by itself is an achievement, and I want to give a shout out to Tackleberry and his team for that. Because I think that, besides all the banter and all of that, you guys are a good example of a team that can achieve greatness. And they've already started with that. I mean, obviously AOV is participating internationally. One of the leagues that they also participated in is Battlefield Nations and so on. They do participate in whatever Tier 1 has to offer. And those are guys that are basically gaming 24/7. I don't know when they ever have a time to sleep and all of that. And yet they still, came over to support Clan Wars. And Tack, from our side to you guys, well done so far for not losing any matches so far since we've started not only Clan Wars but also, like I mentioned earlier, the whole Battlefield friendlies and all of that. I mean, I think from my side, it is an exceptional achievement for a clan to play as well as you guys do. Obviously, we can see that LGD is hot on your tail. They're chasing you guys, and I think you can feel the pressure. But we would like to wish you guys good luck and all the best with your future matches. And thanks for participating in Clan Wars.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, again, I have to agree with you, Scully. I mean, there's always a lot of banter going on, and sometimes we do try and avoid too much of that. But definitely an absolute great achievement. There aren't obviously a lot of teams that can say that. And then I also have to agree with your second point, is that I do think that LGD is pushing hard. And of course, for me personally, in this division, that is the next team to watch, right? And I think there will be head-to-head matches that I will not miss if it's those two teams participating. Of course, not throwing away anyone else in Division 1. I mean, this is the first time that we are really playing matches that are, sort of this organized, and the guys are also maturing their teams as we go along, right? So again, not throwing away anyone, but at the moment, congratulations obviously to AOV not losing a single one thus far. Still with 2 to play, so let's see what happens. But LGD hot on their tail, and definitely for me the next team to watch. Yep.
Correct.
Guys, anything else from anyone about Division 1 before we move on to the Division 2 table? Nothing?
Yeah, I think we can.
We can move on. Excellent. Okay, so moving on to Division 2 then. And you can see that all the games have been played. All the teams have played their 5 games. Guys, thank you very much from my side. Actually, Slash, I should probably let you do the honors. But I saw some more activity around reporting scores and logging fixtures this week. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether it's Slash and Niku and Kabir constantly asking for it, or whether the guys have just sort of come on board. But I've noticed this week that probably by Wednesday, most of the stuff was on and looking good. So at least from my side, thank you very much for that. It does make going onto the website better, because I can see more real-time stuff. But Slash, maybe you want to just say something about that before we talk about the Division 2 table?
Yeah, I would have left it a bit later, but I want to say thanks to Kabir and Nico. I think they put their hammer down this week. Also want to thank them. I've been out and about in the Cape Town area without water, so but it seems like the guys do understand now that for this kind of competitions to run successfully, we need everybody's participation and assistance. And thanks to everybody that came together and updated the results and gave it timeously, so we can enter it into the website, so that we can have this Saturday conversation and actually see what's happening.
Excellent. Thanks, man. Right, guys, looking at the Division 2 table then, we've got, again, 2 teams at the top sharing a position. on 15 points each, and that is the team of DI Diplomatic Community and Section 187 S187. And they have played their 5 games and sharing, call it position 1 if you want to, on 15 points. Then we have Lots on 13. We have 4Q on 9. We've got 2 guys on each on 7, which is MDK and PF. Then we've got ONIP and SNLV on 6, and at the moment EMC and GIG on 0. So this table, a little bit different than the Division 1 table. The Division 1 table had a fairly even spread, and what we see here in Division 2 is that there are some teams with high points. There are, you know, a couple of other teams bunched in the middle, and then there are of course teams that are sort of, you know, lower at the bottom. And of course the teams here, the DI team and S187, they of course the 2 teams that stand an opportunity to move up into Division 1 for next season. So I think that's quite exciting. Scully, maybe I can ask you, because you probably have the best idea, you know, in terms of exactly how that sort of structure will work. If it happens, maybe it's more of a question really than allowing an opportunity. If it happens that there is also no, you know, direct points here, so if the guys aren't, for example, on exactly the same points, also in Division 2 there will be no playoffs, right?
Correct. It'll only happen if they have the same points as we are seeing now with DI and S187.
Yes.
So if at the end of the league, you know, those points are the same, they will have to play out. And then from there, obviously, we look at the relegation kind of thing. So if, let's say, for instance, Lots also stood on 15 points, it would have been those three clans that would, you know, just do playoffs and, you know, just to see where they end up at the end of the day.
Okay, excellent. But at the moment, of course, the 2 guys then having that opportunity to possibly move up, and the reason why I'm saying they have an opportunity to is that we have not finalized the division structure for season 2 as yet. So there's an opportunity for 1 clan or a maximum of 2 clans to actually move divisions in terms of moving a division up. At the moment, Scully, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there is an opportunity for 2 clans from Division 2 to move up to Division 1?
Correct, because we have Wolf that has withdrawn, and we would like to keep Division 1 on 8 clans.
Yes.
And the reason for that is obviously time frame and the amount of weeks that it takes to play, you know, a season for a division and that kind of thing. So we would like to keep it at 8. So even if 3 guys fall out at the top, 3 guys at the bottom will move up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, let's say, quitting. I'm not saying in scores now. I'm saying, let's say they withdraw like what Wolves did now. For some reason or the other, we've got more than 1 clan that withdraw, then they will obviously move down, and we will take whatever teams are at the top positions of Division 2, and they will move up to Division 1 in order to keep the amount of clans within Division 1 always at 8.
Yeah.
And then Division 2 and 3 we will always try and balance it 50-50. You know, either 6-6 or 8-8, or in this case we had 10 and 9.
Yes.
You know, so that's how we'll work it. But the first division will always have 8 teams in there.
Yeah. Excellent. Guys, anybody looked at any of these games during the week? I have to apologize to the teams. I did not have a lot of time this week to stream and look at a lot of these games. But Rips, I know that you had a view at a couple of these.
No, we did a few from Division 3.
Okay, so you focused on Division 3 for the week.
Yeah.
I understand, and I actually haven't had an opportunity to actually go and look at the stream, but I understand that I think it was the game 4Q versus Lots that was streamed by A50. I understand that was quite a exciting and quite a close game to watch. So I would like to at some point, you know, over the weekend, to actually go and look at that game that was played as well. And then I also understand that there was another game, I think it was the MDK game, that was also very close. So there is definitely a couple of games on my agenda for the remainder of the weekend that I would like to go and watch. I think at the moment, Division 2, fairly set. Obviously, these guys have about 4 weeks left. They play until week 9. So it's still a couple of games. We're a little bit over half the season for them. So obviously the spreads are opening up and getting bigger. But yeah, that's where we are with Division 2. Moving on to
Great stuff.
Moving on to Division 3 then. And sorry, Ribs, this is the one that you actually said you guys had a look at a couple of games here in the division. I think we obviously have to call out First and Raw at the moment. They are in exactly the same situation as with the previous division, with Division 2, where they are sharing 15 points each, and they both have played their 5 games. So First and Raw at the moment standing out there. Then we have 2 teams sharing 9 points, which is THC and Reka. Then we've got VTRN on 6, we've got WTF on 5, UB on 3, and ITF on 2, and then of course CTK there on 0. Yeah, again guys, this is the division where you will see odd games play. So you will see some guys have played 5 games, some guys have played 4 games only. I think the team this morning that I would like to call out, because if I look at the table, I mean, I'm looking at VTRN and who are currently there in the 5th position on 6 points, but they've only played their 4 games. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I wasn't exactly sure where VTRN is going to go, but looking at the scoreboard, only played 4 games, 6 points, so it's only 3 points separating them effectively from sharing the 2nd position with THC and Reka. They have not disappointed for me. I mean, in the beginning of the season, I said that this is the team within this division, together with First and Raw, that I'm sort of watching closely. And slowly but surely, as we're going through the weeks, VTRN, also moving up in that table. So Slash, I know that you still fight the good fight there, and you guys had a game as well. And I don't know if you want to give us a lowdown on how that went, and how the games are progressing.
Yeah, I had to watch the stream. As I said, this week I was out and about in Cape Town. I think the guys really found their stride this week. They were in the beginning 1 short, and then jumped on with a full 12-man team. Some technical difficulties, but I think as VTRN is playing, because it was started as a very social club. We are getting into the playing a bit more aggressive when we get to the matches, and there's some very, very good players in the team that has joined since it was started. So hats off to them, taking the win and moving up slowly.
Yep, good. Guys, anyone else, before I hand over to Riplets, who has streamed a whole host of Division 3 games?
Yeah, I think we can move over to Riplets. I think he's got a lot to say on what's happening on the Division 4 side.
Rips, I'm going to go and make coffee. You go, bud.
Do you want to swing a cup my side there?
Go.
So we did stream VTRN versus ITF on Thursday night. I mean, very exciting streaming Conquest. I don't know how you guys do it. It's so draining. There's so much going on. But we're finally finding our stride with Conquest. But VTRN, well done to you guys. You guys gave us a show. You guys played well. Your maneuvers, your tactics, everything. ITF as well. They put up a good fight. They push back every now and then. Very, very, very good game to watch. And then as well, we've streamed Raw versus UB. Raw taking it flat out, or dominating the battlefield this week. As well, very strong team. They've got lost my words. They're contesting for first place with the first team, as well as UB now contesting the 8th position with ITF, but they are a game down and they are still ahead of ITF. But in all, the games we streamed, I mean, exciting to watch, exciting to commentate. I mean, our two live commentators were just all over the place. We got some feedback from the Raw guys last night. We just love watching you guys play. It was amazing.
Yeah. Good. Now, Rips, you of course also then from next week, and then of course hopefully into the entire of season 2, you will also then now be streaming to the Battle Bros channel, right?
Yes, we did stream our first Raw versus UB to the Battle Bros channel last night. Unfortunately, we couldn't do a simultaneous stream to your channel and ours due to technical difficulties. But from next week, we should be streaming to both channels from 2 different perspectives.
Okay. That's an interesting concept when it comes to streaming, is streaming the same game with 2 different cameras. And a while back, myself and Scully were talking about being able to do a simulcast stream. So, you know, the way that if you look at DSTV, like they do it when you have a little button and you can switch to Afrikaans commentary or English commentary. And we were wondering about doing that. So, guys, if you are watching the stream this morning, obviously, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell button there, and you will get some notifications whenever we go online. But also, please leave us a comment and a like there. And if you are commenting and you are listening to the stream right now, we would love to know what you guys think about an idea like that, where we could have the different camera views, so 2 streams of different cameras, or we have a simulcast with some English and Afrikaans commentary going on. I mean, we're always trying to improve, what we do for the community as well. So if there's some ideas, or you guys at least like what we are doing, please leave us a comment down below. But Rips, I think that's great, man. I think it's great that you guys are also helping us with the streaming. There's also a bunch of other teams that are also helping us. The GSG girls. We've got some of the guys from MIU, Wildcat. We've got A50 helping us out as well. There's a couple of other teams. Apologies again if I'm forgetting anyone. It's great to see the community come out and help us make a success of Battlefield Clan Wars. And also it's nice to also be on the other side, right, to sit back a little bit and watch somebody else's commentary and just enjoy the game instead of trying to man that camera, which is quite hectic sometimes. So that's great. So good up on you guys, and thank you very much for that. Guys, in Division 3 then here, of course the 2 teams to watch is First and Raw, and I'm going to be moving on to the last division, which is Division 4. So there we go, Riplets. At the moment, Royal is on 13, followed by TRC on 5. Then we have the 2 teams sharing on 10, which is Mads, that's the Mad Social Clan, as well as MIU2 on 10. We have Hussein on 3 and Save on 0 at the moment. And I don't think in the beginning of the season, people took Royal too seriously, Riplets. I mean, you guys were brand new. We didn't know you. You came from a COD environment, which I'm never going to let you forget. You arrived on the scene and then started playing games, and ever since we've been watching you closely. Now, there's 2 things that will happen here. One, you are starting to, the Royal Clan is starting to build up a name for themselves here in Division 4, which is great.
Absolutely.
But obviously next season with the T5, chances are that you're going to have a lot more competition, right? So maybe you can give us some insight on that. How do you feel about that? I mean, are you guys prepared? Do you know what, what your strategies are for Season 2?
Well, for Season 2, we are kind of in the talks with another clan to be to combine, just so we've got enough for the Premier League as well as the T5. But we're still in talks with that. If we stick in T5, it's going to be very amazing to see a lot more guys coming to this division, just to come give us a bit more run for our money. But at the same time, we do want to move up to the 12v12 conquest. So we are kind of split both ways of where to go and where to stay. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see for that.
Yep, good. But again, from our side, I think it's great. Like I said, you guys are busy building a name for yourself here. So good up on you guys as well. That is the standing table for Division 4 then. And that is the fixtures that in terms of where we are, guys. So I don't know if there's anyone else that want to mention anything about Division 4. There is still one or two topics that we have to cover for this morning.
No.
Yep, all good.
Good.
Great. Right.
I just want to say, looking at the stream here, we've got Arthur ZA who says that we are building up our platoon to join the battle. Arafat is BK, so I don't know what SBK stands for. Maybe you can enlighten us there, Arthur, so we can let everybody know who's going to be one of the rival clans that's going to join us in season 2 for Clan Wars.
Guys, and then I want to call out again what Scully mentioned last week, because I do think it's important, especially in the build-up. As we start moving towards the end of season 1 and we're starting to build up for season 2 and doing the planning and stuff like that. I do think it's important that you guys remember that the idea around T5 is not only to have a space for smaller clans that don't necessarily have the 12v12 numbers, but it's also to create that opportunity for the bigger clans that have guys that might have to be benched or sit out, or there are many clans that have 25-30 players but can only play 12v12 in the Premier League. And it also provides those clans with an opportunity to get a team into the T5 series and give the guys the necessary playtime. So all in all, I think a good idea. Rips, I'm going to say good luck now, because I think they, as I said the other day, I would love to see an LGD fun team. They're in the T5 series, and that will be some serious competition for you guys. Yeah.
Hey, don't put us down now. Hey, we'll still put up a good fight, even though they're the top Division 1 team. We've got a couple of strong boys as well, which should put up a very good fight. So we'll have to wait and see. TRC as well, very very strong Division 4 team. I hopefully they stay in Division 4 with going to the T5 series with us. But yeah, we've got a couple of strong teams there. We shouldn't be underestimated. As you said, we're not a skill-based division. We would put there because we have lesser numbers, and clans we had excess numbers.
Yeah.
So people mustn't come into the T5 thinking we're going to be a runover because they're coming from LGD or AOV. If AOV decide to put up a 5v5 team.
Ooh, so them's fighting words.
Yeah, I'm throwing the challenge down here. I'm pulling the words from my two commentators. Place your bets now.
The challenge is real.
Nice. Oh, dude, that's good. That's good. Right. So then, I think the only other thing that I would like to mention is, guys, as you know, I mean, there's a lot of games going on. I mean, there's literally. Let me just say there's a lot of games, and at the moment we are trying to get to as much of these games as possible and being able to stream as much of these games as possible with the help of various people. Of course, from our side we try and do it as much as we can as well, but I would like to invite any guys that are interested in streaming games to make contact with us, and then we can see how we can work together to get more of these streams out. There are some games that are still not shown on a weekly basis that I do think deserves to be shown, and the guys in the teams also deserve to get that exposure. So if there is guys out there interested in doing that, drop us a line, Facebook or Discord or wherever you want to get in contact with us, and then we can see what we can do about that. Yep. Cool.
Yeah, I think it's important that we try and get as much exposure for the teams as possible. It'll only help South African gaming as a whole, and obviously help Clan Wars grow in the process.
Yeah.
But thanks to the guys who are already streaming, we appreciate your contributions towards the success of Clan Wars. That's it for me.
Great stuff. Guys, that is what we had for this week. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to say their final words and give us a bit of a view on the week that has passed, as well as the up and coming week. Maybe this morning, Rips, let's start with you.
Oh, put me on the spot, why don't you? Yeah. From Division 4 side, some excellent games. A match there that was a bit of an upset for us, but a very strong team. MRU coming from the bottom, moving their way up, showing their true colours. Thanks again for that match this week, guys. You gave us a wake-up call that we're not invincible. And to the guys in Division 3, thanks for letting us stream your games. You guys were amazing to watch. And hopefully we'll be streaming a couple of the other Division games. And AOV versus MRU tonight, if I'm not mistaken, and being streamed by the GSG girls. So guys, please tune in for that, and yeah, come join us.
Excellent. Slash?
Yeah, being in the latter half of the gaming scene, to all the teams out there for the upcoming week, good luck, and submit your results.
Wow. Oh, dude. Marius, I'm going to give you an opportunity for any last words that you would like to say.
I think everything's been spoken about. But yeah, looking forward to Clan Wars starting on Xbox soon.
Excellent, man. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Scully?
Yeah, thanks to everyone that has joined us this morning. Yaku in charge of the streaming there, / Marius, Riplets. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate that you guys have joined us here. Everybody watching the stream, thanks for tuning in. I just want to go back to the comment that I made earlier about Arthur ZA, who said, asked him what does SBK stand for. He said it's Straatbak Coalitie.
Straatbak Coalitie.
Say that 10 times faster.
That sounds like Afrikaans for DPS. So it sounds like we're gonna have another doggy team on our radar, yeah, the Straatbak Coalitie. But Arthur, yeah, good luck with getting those numbers up, mate, and we're looking forward to see you. And then thanks to Shadow Wolf, who's also on the stream, yeah. Just want to say welcome and thanks for joining. And obviously, great gameplay from your side on some of the matches that we've spectated. And I think if you are available, maybe next week, 9 o'clock, same time, you can join us for a little bit of a chat here on the recap show. You can get into contact with me or Yaku and see if we can make that happen. But it'll be nice to get your perspective on the matches that you've played so far.
Yeah, from a pilot's perspective, eh? I mean, this,
yes.
to get some views on the matches and that sort of thing. I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, I think Shadow Wolf has done a phenomenal job, in the plane.
I'm fanboying over here, man.
Yeah.
After last night's stream, I'm fanboying. I mean, I couldn't get my camera off of him. It was just so amazing to watch.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, then I just wanted to say thanks to our league masters on that side who's help to make Clan Wars a success, Nico and Kapir. You guys are doing an awesome job there. We're gonna, get back to you guys with some more details around season 2 that we need to discuss. But thanks for your efforts, we appreciate that. And then obviously to the guys streaming, Dutch, GSG Girls, Royal, A50, MRU, all you guys that are busy with the streams. Thanks for that. We really appreciate that. And last but not least, our moderators on the Facebook group. Queen Sparrow doing an excellent job there. She joined us recently. I think she's been with us now on the moderator side for about 2-3 months, or 2 months or so. But yeah, doing an excellent job. Thanks for your efforts on that side, Queen Sparrow. We really appreciate it. And Werner, Vruchtebome. Also doing a good job there, always vigilant to point out some of the guys some of these posts that might go in the wrong direction. So thanks for your efforts, guys, and the time that you put in to moderate the Facebook pages on that side. We really appreciate it. And then all in all, Marius, looking forward to the Xbox guys coming in soon. Really excited about that. I think the rest of the community is also excited about that. We saw some discussions when we just announced it, that everybody think, well, the majority of the guys that commented think that it's a very good idea. And yeah, good luck with that. But we'll talk soon, buddy. All good. That's me.
Great.
Shot.
Guys, then from my side, thank you very much for joining us this morning. If you're not subscribed to the channel as yet, please hit subscribe, hit the little bell to get some notifications. Leave us a like. Those little thumbs ups always help to promote also our channel and what we are trying to achieve. Also helps the Battlefield Clan Wars grow and extend beyond what we have at the moment. Again, the website www.bfclanwars.net. From my side, apologies for the slight technical issue this morning when we started off, but luckily we got that sorted very quickly. Guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for getting up early. We do this again next week. I'm Yakusao for Battle Bros. See you on the battlefield.